Hey guys, another day here. We're gonna do some logging today. Not a lot, just a couple of trees out this morning. We have this big spruce and fir around the house and we're trying to get that out. One of my friends is gonna drop off a load of firewood logs and he's gonna pick up the spruce and fir and a couple pine that I've cut out. So we want to get as much as we can down there for him before he shows up. I've got my grandson running the camera for the first time today, so we'll see how it works out. He probably does way better than I will do. We're gonna go back up here and we're gonna cut a couple trees here and limb it out and just pull it out. We don't want to pull out a bunch of garbage. We just want to cut it to length. I've got the Faulkner tape in the tractor I'm going to take up, and I'm just going to cut it to length up there and leave what we don't want out of the woods. So if you pan around this way, we had a bunch of trees that were looming kind of over the house, and about a week and a half ago Cam and I got those out of there, and that's a big relief because we have had a lot of big wind lately, and I always worry about that with the fir trees kind of snapping off halfway and coming down and hitting the house. So with that said, we'll head up into the woods and we'll get a couple trees on the ground. All right, so it's a pretty big log. My goal is to pull like 35 feet out here, and I'll get two good 16 footers, which after trim is 16.5. I'm willing to spare a few feet just to make sure I get the right amount. So I have this Faulkner tape. It's made just for logging. It's got, come on in closer, Cam. So it's got that little hook at the end, and when you give it a yank, it pops out and it'll come back to you. So what I'm going to do right now is Cam's going to take a break from filming, and we're going to measure out 32 feet here. So I'm going to send him back down the log. So we'll see you in a bit. Oh, heard a click. All right, I need 12'6" out of this. So 12'6" is as short as I'm going to cut logs, and I have to have 6 inches in diameter at the end. So if it's not 6 inches in diameter, I'm still going to pull it out. My son-in-law has a mill, and he'll cut stuff smaller than that. But to ship it to the sawmills, you can't ship it anything less than 6 inches in diameter. So I got my 12'6". I'm going to do a couple more limbs here, and then I'm going to get this top off, and I'll measure that end. It's going to be close. And that snowmobile trail is hopping today. There's a lot of sleds going on up there. You got to get it when it's snowing. All right, I'm going to get after it here. see if we can clear a path down through here so we can walk. I can tell you right now, anyone that cuts trees with a chainsaw and limbs trees with a chainsaw, because most loggers don't anymore. They have a bunch of fellers and slashers and all of that stuff. Not a fan of fir, or, well, not fir. Fir's okay. Spruce. There's a lot of limbs on these things. And they go everywhere. They're always coming back at you. But if you don't cut them down, they fall and make a mess in the woods. There's value to them right now when they're standing like this. It gets all these little firs that are growing throughout this little area where we've been. They'll grow exponentially because we've got this great big canopy opened up above us now. And the wildlife will come in. You get rabbits and deer and grouse and everything else come back into these areas where you cut these enormous trees out. So that's why we do it. That to pay our taxes. So with that said, Cam's going to shut off the camera. He's going to go down to the tractor and start pulling cable. And we'll see if we can pull these out. Cam and I are wrapping things up today. We got that one big tree out of the woods. Like I said, my friend's coming over the middle of, well, probably next week sometime to drop off a load of firewood, and he's going to pick up what we got cut. I did want to get everything around the house all cut, and everything above the snowmobile trail is all cut, and they're riding, so it was a good thing I did it when I did. So that was the process of getting this one big, and then this is a big spruce tree out of the woods. It all didn't take that long to get the trees that we have here, but today was a good day. It's a Sunday afternoon. We don't want to overdo it. There's about 1 inch of crust on top of the snow, and then about 1 foot of snow underneath it, and wading around in that is just a pain. So so we're gonna call it a day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.